Word.
I'm gonna show you something real quick so you don't think I'm lying to you.
Huh?
I'm gonna show you something so you don't think I'm lying to you.
Nah, I know you ain't lying. I got the same thing on my phone.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, I don't be.
Nah, it's just the weed, it breaks up. The only way I said that, you see, I'm not fidgety and shit, I don't feel comfortable. But like I was just telling CJ all my years, I've been telling these niggas the same talk. But nobody like really cared to listen, bro. So I'd rather be away from everybody and talk to you about real shit. I don't care to listen to shit.
Let I rejoice and rise. Life is dark and it don't have to be. You can bring much light with the things you speak. You will find your cause based on what you seek, but you will get judged by the friends you keep. Tell me what you gonna do if it's in your reach. Are you gonna back down or grab that key? If you don't know your past, that's how you repeat. But you gotta be strong cause it might cut deep. See, I'm a black man so I gotta stay keen. At one point in time they must wipe us clean. We got sold then we would be. We couldn't vote, they took our seats. That didn't stop us, victory we preach. 400 years and we still marching. Ancestors paved the roads we see. That's why we all their wildest dreams. Sing a song.
People to Shakeem, just a regular street dude giving you information. We tuned in to Dream Talk. So I'm from Bed-Stuy, born in Bed-Stuy, raised in Brownsville. As you growing up, well, as I'm growing up or whatever, I felt like life was harder than what it's supposed to be, you feel me? I felt mostly like it's more of a want when you're young. You basically new to the world, you're learning everything new, so it's like, yo, I want this, I see this, I want this. Not necessarily everything like you need. Always thought life was worse than what it was. Not really paying attention to like the different households I was raised in with like grandparents and everything. When I go to their crib, they had it good or whatever. Not ever seeing that as a want. My friends outside, they playing ball. I got other people that I see every day on the daily selling drugs. This is what I wanted from life, you feel what I'm saying? Until I got older and started realizing like I had more out of life. So, just more importantly, what I feel like, my eyes is what saved me in life. Observing as much as I like grew, as much as I see like them same people that was having the money, them same people that was getting shot, they was getting killed, them more flashing and everything like that, help people know what they was actually doing, bringing the wrong people in, getting told on. Them, more of them becoming drug addicts, falling off. So it's the same people, like you gotta really choose your path and know what you want for you. When you follow, you always come to a crash. You always come back down to what you once was, what you originally know. The fear of not knowing keep us from becoming more. We don't know how to jump into stocks. We don't know how to build our own foundation from scratch. We don't know blueprints. We don't know in and out. We have to learn all this and teach ourselves. It's the fear of not knowing. So when we feel like, yo, why they got so much of a privilege? But yeah, they probably got it in the door because their family came from wealth. They were shown that. You feel what I'm saying? So they just followed that trait from young. We wasn't shown that from young. We got to get into this for ourselves. Especially people with kids and all that, you got to do it for them now. We have responsibility towards our family. When we going to stop and change the cycle of knowing how to fuck up. I could get this money and go get some kids. I could go buy, you feel me? And I'd be back down to ground zero. When we going to learn to really plan, save to it. Really, if you don't want to use people's bank accounts or whatever, how people, you feel me? Everybody feels something going on, some conspiracy or whatever. You can save your own money. You just got to know how to keep it away from you. You have certain people that you trust all the time that you go to for information. You can use the same people. Yo, hold this for me real quick. I'm going to come back to it. You know what I'm saying? So there's different type of ways, different approaches that you take in life to become better instead of resorting to everything that you already know. What made me really like start thinking outside the box was I've always been a people person. So from young, another thing that I realized my moms, we had extra cousins in our family every year that we probably never see again, or people that just, but anybody that was hungry, anybody in need, my mother always invited to the crib. And it's a trait she picked up from my great-grandmother because we got a lot of extended family that's really not family, but everybody just got that same love of family that's around us, you feel what I'm saying? So, me being a people person, you know, playing sports, basketball, going to different schools, me living the best style brands, I'm transferring different places and shit like that, whatever. I always welcome somebody into my life. If it was bad, I used to do a lot of, you feel me, fucked up shit. I was around the bad people also. But the good people I also accept too, ain't turn my nose. But when I was young, when I did have the little Caucasian friends I met somewhere in Far Rockaway at my grandfather's crib or people like that, they used to tell me, you know, my dad do this and with the stock. Man, I don't want to hear that shit, man. Who got the drugs out here? Who doing this? You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I'm used to. I'm keep reporting back to my normal ways, my normal life, what I'm normally used to. I know how to do that. Now to put something in the bag, and something gonna come out with some change. Always knew. Nah, show me where the drug dealers at. I know how to put something in the bag, something gonna come back with change. I'm always hands-on with money. Even if it wasn't drugs, as I got older, I started elevating to I could sell sneakers. I could sell clothes. The biggest hustle, what people don't realize, it don't have nothing to do with drugs. The biggest hustle is complaints. Anything somebody complain about, I could get it for you. If I could find it at a cheaper price and put $2, $3, $4, $5 on it, I made a profit. That's a hustle. Everybody got different clientele for anything. You go to the deli every time when you need little cookies, crackers, snacks, that's a hustle. You know what I'm saying? If you was the one outside and you got a wholesale from BJ's and you bought that shit outside and you sold it for $1 instead of having it for $2 how they got it, that's a hustle. And everybody gonna come to you because you got it for cheap. Anything is a hustle. Any complaint, anybody need a lighter. You know, I'm tired of going to the store buying $2. All right, let me go right there to the Chinks wholesale wear store. You feel me? I'm gonna get this whole box of lighter, 50, about $35. I can sell it for $1 and still make $15 profit. That's a hustle. Everything's a hustle, bro. Everything. I believe like the weed put me in a better position. And I say that because when I first started out, I'm about 13, 14, 15, selling weed. Now, weed was so much of a bad thing, a drug that everybody get arrested for. Around this time, you get pulled over in the car, you got nigga 2 bags of weed and they take you down to the precinct, everything, you know what I'm saying? But mind you, I'm 15, 16 years old inside high school, selling weed to the basketball coaches. Niggas selling weed to the deans. This shit's so much of a bad thing, but the people that actually got a career, working, actually teaching kids fundamental is smoking weed. Let's fast forward to now. With as far as you smoke a joint outside in public, it's legal. Weed became legal. You as your own black man, whoever you are, don't matter the race, color, anything, you can go on a dispensary if you go about it the right way, knowing your documents and paperwork. You feel what I'm saying? But you don't have uncles, you don't got brothers, you got cousins, even female hustlers in our family. Your moms probably done went down for some shit back in the day over some weed. But now they giving it to you. Buy into the weed. How? It doesn't make sense. So what we seen back then as a survival tactic to help us and feed it wasn't that much that you make it from it, but it put a meal on my table at the end of the day. My mom's depressed and going through whatever she going through. I'll be able to pay her bills for the day. You feel what I'm saying? But now y'all telling me I should come work with y'all because y'all got a bigger plan for us with the weed. You have a better plan for us with the weed. When I had to hide this shit under my nuts for years and try to get away with it, now you can smell it, there's no problem with it. Hey, you asking your kids, do they smoke? You want to try it with them? It's crazy, man. Like, that's the biggest transformation for me. Something that we always knew to provide and to help us for our families, now they want to use it. One of my biggest dreams was basically, for example, I went to like Ohio. I went to like Ohio, close to PA, Sharon. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's the last town in PA, but the next town is Ohio. You feel what I'm saying? So, I was out there, but when you go to certain places, you see how New York, right now, gentrified, everything brand new. Even our old shit look way better than they old shit. They got some Wild Wild West, old, like wood, you feel what I'm saying? The old school shit that you see pictures of your grandmas and them, how they houses used to look. So now my dream is basically, I was into construction for about 6-7 years. You feel what I'm saying? With the whatever the side hustle I was doing with the weed and all that, I always had a little construction every time. My man had opened this company 6-7 years ago. He got his own construction company. That shit motivated me. You feel what I'm saying? I'm young. I'm seeing a nigga from the hood giving people jobs and giving back in a certain way that he can. You feel me? The actual project building, 340, was his address on his truck. So nigga, this is really from the hood, for the hood, and I'm showing the hood how you can corrupt this shit into like, nigga, I was out there in the streets too. You feel what I'm saying? But you can have a business. He still works to this day. And he do more of his business and don't play in the street. You feel what I'm saying? So now my dream is start the construction out there. They got nothing but the old fit. Let me get in a new field, what I used to build in school. I mean, the little buildings and shit that I used to do, like a Narsey, the white people area. I'm in there doing chandeliers and painting and floor tiles and cutting wood. Let me get them that new fit. You feel me? Once I get that started, let me bring my brothers in. But when I bring them in, everybody want to bring you in and work for them, not work with them. You feel what I'm saying? When I bring you in, bro, I'm already have a house for you. I'm gonna have an apartment for you. But in all reality, the same dream that I speak about is not that hard to come true. Like me as a young man being from the hood, also seeing everything that I told you that I seen, the drugs and everything was my first love basically. Your hustle, your first love. You feel me? The streets become your first love. You ain't got time for your kids at times. You ain't got time for your mother. You ain't got time for your girl. You ain't got time for nothing. Because the streets is calling. I gotta make this bread. Because everybody that you just named, your kids, your mother, your girl, still need shit. They still gotta continue. So you gotta, it's either you wanna marry one more than the other. You know what I'm saying? And the streets is providing everything. So usually everybody fall for the streets. But yet, as in, like I said, I always let people win. I always had like outsiders that I never treated as outsiders. So now I got people where I can call and I can ask, yo, why shouldn't I choose the LLC and choose the S Corp? But I have multiple ideas and multiple business that I want to do. The S Corp will fund all my businesses. Everything is not that hard. If you work in a regular job right now, if you save up 2 checks or put enough money away, you can go buy you an LLC. That's about $500 to $700, depending on what the business is or whatever. Promotion that you want with the packages is different packages. You can go buy you an S Corp, and that's just a start. Now the S Corp, I'm trying to at least have a construction business, a sneaker business, and I'm giving myself 2 years. See, the streets is being converted into me building my foundation. And it's not so much of the streets no more because weed is legal. Feel what I'm saying? So even if I gave them what they wanted for a little bit of time just to make my way, never lose sight of your vision. If you work in a regular job and you don't feel comfortable, draw up that business plan. Okay, now I'm gonna put this money away for this and I'm gonna stamp my business. Whatever, if I gotta pay for promotion, I gotta pay into Google for advertising. I gotta pay into YouTube for advertising. Let me put my money towards something besides the latest cakes, the latest fashion, or making sure my child have overly enough clothes than they need. When after I get my business started and I'm on my own, making my own money, I can do that for my child. But right now, make sure that my child is comfortable enough, they're not dirty, they clean, they have more than outfits that last them through the season or whatever. And let me get back to this business. Never forget sight of what's more important right now, because you're gonna be a working person for somebody or something that you're not really in love with, when you could be in love with your self-love, your self-business. Like the best thing I can say is like whatever age, whatever race, because I ain't racist of no kind, I got friends of all races. Like reach out to who you see, who you want to become. Like I can't tell you like what to do. But believe in your conscience, believe in your heart. If your conscience and your heart is putting you in the same place, follow it. follow it. You can't keep on ignoring, because as much as you ignore, you're gonna find yourself in the same place. As soon as you say, yo, you know what? I'm tired of ignoring. I'm tired, period. Let me just go do this shit. It's gonna become easy for you to fall through with anything that you need to do. Anybody that you see doing like better for themselves, better for their family, anybody that's more in tune with actually doing better, not just talking about it. Observe that person as a format. You don't have to become the ideal person that you see. Absorb that person as a format to download into you. You can use YouTube as a resource for like anything you're looking for, and basically hear people out. Cause like me with reading, I could read all day, but I get tired. I want to lay down. Like hearing word of mouth always holds me on longer. Like I could paint the picture. I could go back in my memory and see, oh, what they said, and something like might not strike you right there and there. But that when you hold on to it and you come back, all right, this is what that meant. You feel what I'm saying? Because your first judgment might be wrong. But hold on to that same thing, even if you need to write it down into your memo pad or whatever you got to hold your memories or whatever, your journal, anything. And you come back to it. Always read what you wrote to see if you became a better you or it became worse. That's when you know you got to change your patterns. Just keep your eyes open, your ears open, observe everything that you can and put it into a format to become yourself. The good, the bad, because sometimes the bad could be a great defense to protect your family, to protect yourself. You need a little bit of everything, but keep your eyes open. Last thing I gotta say is love the ones that love you. And most importantly, whatever that you do in life, just follow your heart. Don't keep ignoring your heart. Your attitude, people that come in your life, they always got negative things to say about you, and everything of that sort is just distractions. If you get over them distractions and ignore, there's no way that you can be stopped. Right? Yeah. Oh, I took to my time. They be seeing me in the Bahamas, little Puerto Rico, Miami, They need to go out and have some fun. I know he in Cali. I spoke to him. Get his ass away from it. You be good, my lawyer.
Till victory is won. We won.